嗰啲雲吞呢？
雲吞賣晒咗，剩咗叉燒啫。
Okay, the first question, right? Doghouse 73, it's known for excellent short films. Other than YouTube, what other methods of distributing the film do you use other than YouTube?
At the moment, I think YouTube is the main. Many things are online. There's digital platform, so
Okay.
like Vimeo and Dailymotion,
Uh-huh.
which see mainly is online. So the next one is film festival.
Okay.
One of the stuff that got us known in the international film festival community was in 2000. So but I think now the film festivals part is a bit slowing down because it's hard because of the fact that it's a curated program, whereas online digital platform is really up to the filmmakers and the content creators how they market themselves. So and social network. So that's our whole bunch of tools that we have now to display our films.
And your film, which was released at that particular point, was The Beautiful Washing Machine, and it actually went international and won several awards overseas. How did you actually make that film go global?
Malaysia at the time has very little films, especially those art house independent films in 2000. We got a lot of Malay films back in those days, and they're usually commercial films like those that's produced by Yusof Aslam. They was usually star a singer, a rock singer, and that was the type of film that come out from Malaysia. So you rarely see any films that's non-Malay language. Okay. But in 2000, because of the mini DV revolution, the digital video, which by now is kind of like old technology, allows a lot of filmmakers like my generation to make films on our own, short films, and it was like a no-holds bar, because most of us were not trained filmmakers, so we just made films with the equipment we got, and kind of like then we sent to festivals a lot, and that was a time I think there was a very great interest in Southeast Asian films, especially with international film festivals. They want to see what's happening in Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei, Thailand, and Malaysia, and eventually South Korea. So I think that actually was a bit of luck, that the fact that it got us out into the film festivals.
Okay, actually, what were the main obstacles which you faced when trying to grab audience around the world?
The obstacles is not only around the world, it's even in Asia.
Uh-huh.
It's promotion marketing. I think the thing is that in today's world, because of internet and social media, I think no matter what business you do, it's all about promotion and marketing. Films like Hollywood films, for example, they would cost like $2 million to make, but most of their promotion and marketing would be like 4 or 5 millions. It's like more than double their cost of making the film, because the attention span of people these days is very fast. If you don't bombard them with advertisements, marketing, I don't think they will realize that this product or even this movie exists. So independent films worldwide from in the past always have the same problem in the distribution. It's about marketing, advertising. But even for Wes Anderson movie these days, you heard about it, you want to watch it because of marketing. It's not because it won some award in Venice or Berlin. You wouldn't know if nobody kind of like pumping out and against the press and that stuff. So marketing is very important. But what's have changed now because of Facebook and Twitter and all this Instagram, all these tools we have for the filmmakers and eventually I think for artists and musicians, which is very valuable because we can't do anything like what we're doing now 10 years ago. I can't. The only way I can like post a screening I have in, let's say, Help College, that's where we usually have our screening. It's through newspaper, one of the listing, we have to kind of like put it there, hey, can you put this up for us, we have a screening next week, and we hope people reading the newspaper will kind of feel, oh, there's a film screening in Help next week. But I think with internet and social media today, we can do all this stuff on our own, depending on how aggressive you promote and how smart you market it. I think you have changed the ball game, so it depends a lot on the filmmaker, how you kind of like market it yourself.
Doghouse 73, how important is film festival and awards to Dachau 73?
Yeah, I think film festivals and awards is very important to all new filmmakers because it's a form of recognition. Okay, but that's 10 years ago. Okay, and I think these days I would advise young filmmakers to put film festivals and awards as a secondary objective. You know, they don't actually have that same value like 10 or 15 years ago. You know, and that's the thing because of how technology has changed. You know, like 15 years ago when we say, oh, this film has won an award in this country, maybe people are interested, but now there's too many things, and in fact there's too many awards and film festivals. I think filmmakers should kind of like focus more on how to make a good film and get it out there, distribute out there. You know, to depend only on film festivals is very limiting because it doesn't mean when you can't go to the film festival or you didn't won that competition, it doesn't mean your film sucked. But you gotta look at it and see whether it sucked. It's really bad. But the thing is that I don't let film festivals and curation determine to put you off like, oh my god, no, I didn't won, you know, and the other film won, or I didn't make it to this film festival. Because these things is, I always tell people, right, the difference between a film festivals in a competition award is very different than sports. It's very subjective. In sports, if you are doing boxing, you get knocked out, that's it. Because see, you win because you just knock the guy out. Or if you're running, sprinting, you reach the finish line, I can see that you win. That's why you get the first place. But in film festival, your film is being judged by a set of people who have their own taste, right? So when your film win, there's something that they like. When it doesn't win, it doesn't mean your film is not good, but because it doesn't fit what the judges were looking for. So it's a very subjective thing. But at the same time, I think if you have a good film, you should kind of send it to film festival just to give it a shot. But don't put it all your hope on the film festival. And remember, there's more and more films being made these days. So it's unlike 10, 15 years ago, like maybe there's like 1,000 films trying to go into these festivals. I think now there will be like 10 or 20,000 films going to one film festival. You're talking about a lot of films. Even the film programmer would not have time to watch all the films that is being sent.
Wait?
Okay, when nowadays Dachau 73's films are being watched worldwide, okay, so that's a lot of audience. How do you come up with the stories to match people's tastes? Since it's across the countries, people from different countries have different tastes and different cultural perspective. How do you do that?
Also, one thing about film, right? How usually a film can cut through cultural barrier and language. Some people don't mind watching it, even there's subtitles. It's the film itself going to be good. They get to relate to it. You got to engage them. You know, I mean, if you look at the Thai short films and Thai commercials, they're crazy, man. And then look at it like, but you know, they're speaking Thai language. They look a bit like Chinese, but they're not Chinese. But it's watched worldwide. People just love them, and people are like touched by it. So if you look at it, it's about good storytelling and making good films. You know, I don't have a formula. I always thought like if you want to make a film about something, even it's culturally specific, right, about your community, it's possible that you could travel around the world and people would love it and watch it if you have a good filmmaking skill, like how you're going to tell it and write the script. You know, the only problem is that comedy is the hardest because I think when you make comedy, a lot of the time the comedy works only specifically with a cultural community or local, you know, like some of the slang we may understand, so it will be lost when it's being watched or being read as a subtitles. So I think comedy is the hardest. But other than that, I think horror and dramas, you know, action. Usually people watch it as long as it's good. They don't mind if it's made by Indonesian or Chinese. In fact, the Raid 1 and the Raid 2 is a good example. Like nobody would ever imagine that one of the most best action film of recent time is from Indonesia. You would think it's Hong Kong or Thailand, you know, but now Indonesia have kind of have up that benchmark. So there's no reason to always say, oh, Malaysia is good at that only, we can only do that. I think it's kind of bullshit. You can try all the genre, but when you do that genre, you need to make it good. So you need to make it good, like it can travel out. So you're looking at not just for the local audience, you know, because when you say make film for local audience, you tend to have a very low benchmark because you expect the local audience to be like really dumb, but in fact they are not. That's why they would still prefer to pay money to watch Hollywood movies rather than spend time in a local made movies.
这就是我妈，我跟你讲哦， 以前他不是这样的。如果你看以前的照片，你一定认不出他。妈，我有东西要问你。
哎，什么事啊？等夏天啊。
Okay, is Doghouse 73 currently collaborating with any international companies, film production company for any projects currently?
No, not now. We are working on something already, but we are looking more of collaboration between YouTube filmmakers.
Internationally, is it?
Yeah, from US and one from Hong Kong. We are in just in discussion. The thing about YouTube is great is that now we can do this. Like 15 years ago, we can't do that. You know, thanks to this new generation of digital media and all this stuff. But this YouTube collaboration is quite active among the YouTubers. You know, they do a lot of collaboration. But for filmmakers wise, it's very rare because filmmakers tend to be very individualistic. You know, so I'm looking forward to kind of like we are kept we are connected. So we are trying to see how to work something out. So they can bring their audience, American audience, to watch our Doghouse stuff, and we can like bring Malaysian audience to watch some of the American indie stuff. And same thing with this Hong Kong company, YouTube company. So we're trying to do cross collaboration in a really DIY indie way.
And when you expect a film to go global, or it's already been global and it's like very popular now, what type of political or legal or sensitive issues that a filmmaker must be aware?
The beauty of working online is that we don't give a shit, you know. I've been working in the TV and film industry in Malaysia for so long. We deal with a lot of inconsistent, stupid censorship law. You know, they keep changing and all this stuff. It's actually killing creativity. I don't mind when I first started. I thought it's good challenges, but it just become more stupid and stupid. The amount of things they say you can't do on film, you know. Like for instance, this is very famous. We used to can't show police dying on TV or film. You can't do that, and you can't show the police like corrupted or bad cop, even though if they get punished at the end. And all criminals needs to be apprehended at the end of the movie if it's a police crime movie. That is one of these regulations we have to deal with. So on top of that, you can't see people kissing, touching, and a lot of other stupid stuff. So when you make a movie like that, you think the audience will watch. They better go on YouTube. You have more choice than to watch, right? So you're making content for really like you're trying to sanitize people into like worse than I don't know. Yeah. So when you're working now online on YouTube, I think the best thing is that you see that that's the thing why censorship is needed in all countries, because it's there to make sure the filmmakers are responsible for what they do. But I think in Malaysia's case, it becomes so awkwardly like they are trying to make sure that they are trying to kind of like the guardian to make sure this is what you can do and this is what you can't do. And the problem is like it's not doing any good to the creative industry overall, like anyhow, you know. When we are doing short films now, I think we don't have problems with kissing or ability, violence, vulgar language, you know. And when we put it up online, people watch it, engage them because it looks a bit realistic. Because people actually curse, okay? People actually slam women and then they actually kiss. But that's sometimes what you have in movies and short films, you know. Like in horror films, sometimes it can be quite gory and you can see a lot of blood. So this is stuff that I think when we are looking at short films online, we get away with all this stuff. But of course, as an wise, right? I personally think because we still operate in Malaysia, so we need to be very careful of what we do in a way, you know. So don't make a thing to cause controversial for the sake of causing controversial, because those are stuff that I think eventually it'll get back to you. Because we're not living in states or Taiwan where you can get away with a lot of things and become famous. You know, in Malaysia we are still, I mean, like a few months ago the government was trying to censor YouTube or talking to Google to find a way to censor YouTube. That's ridiculously like scary, really. You know, I mean, like, and I think it shouldn't happen. If it's happened, it's really bad for the indie filmmakers and short filmmakers in the future.
Okay, when we speak about the most crucial thing about filming, it should be writing the story, the basement of a building. Okay, when we are writing a story, audience always want something new and exciting. With all those expectations, how do you start your story writing process?
I think first of all, you need to, as filmmakers, directors, writers, or even actors, right? You need to absorb a bit more life, try to see more things. This is a problem with a lot of young guys, because when they do film, they just surround themselves with all the film magazine, film forum, they watch films, but they forgot that there's a life going around the world. I think that's where I get my inspiration. Don't feel like you always have to come up with something new and original just to try to captivate your audience. Because there's no more originality these days. It's about repackaging, how you really execute it. Even the great artists from the modern period, they copy and they borrow. Even Shakespeare's he claimed that Romeo and Juliet, he kind of borrowed from some other not so famous writer, and he kind of adapted and become famous. I think it's okay, because I think it's really hard to think of something original. In fact, even the most original film like Inception was not even really original. And it was the most original screenplay or Hollywood movies that has ever been made for the past few years, because everything is franchised like superhero movies and action movies. So Inception was considered the most original films ever made during these few years. But the thing is like Christopher Nolan kind of claimed it was kind of influenced by a Japanese anime called Paprika. So you can see that as an artist, you need to look at a lot more stuff and get inspiration and ideas from other stuff, and then you create a story with that.
阿德啊，
哎呀，哪来的？喂，大，哎，我们这边发生一点事情，那个 Candy 啊，拍戏的时候被安装东西上身了，我回去再跟你讲了。你叫那个王师傅 stand by，我多1个小时就回到公司了的啦，OK， 就这样。干，连景都没有看就乱来拍，你看现在出事了，妈的！
不是还有2场的吗？我们去哪儿啊？
肯定，你没有事情啊？
发生什么事了？
没事，今天早收工，我们现在回去公司。你不舒服的话，你再睡一下啦我们到公司会叫醒你的啦
哦。
妈的，这个死人装还要出来吓人家。